So, to discuss the global impact of international sanctions, I'm now going to be joined by Arnaud Leclercq from Geneva's oldest private bank, Le Bardia. So tell me, what would financial sanctions mean for Russia?
Those who seem to be the most vocal about sanctions are those who have less business with Russia. So that's maybe the first statement. Mm-hmm. US is, of course, more vocal about it. But if you look at just three numbers, trade between Germany and Russia is roughly about $110 billion a year. Mm-hmm. UK is about 60 billion. And US is about 27 billion. So that's already put things into perspectives. So the interest of each party is obviously very different.
So from the sounds of it, it wouldn't be a complete disaster then?
Well, it depends. We are talking as of today, okay? So it depends how things turn, of course, in Crimea and Ukraine. Russia should have the means to sustain the situation, unless we are talking of embargo, which is that no one has mentioned yet at this stage. So if you talk about visa sanctions, okay, with the EU, it's been going on for years, as a matter of fact, and you have usually...
It's nothing new, is it?
There's nothing new, and you have two countries especially which are blocking, you know, the freedom, so to say, of Russians to travel to the EU. It's Poland and Lithuania. And that hasn't changed. So we don't think that if it stays at this level, that should be short-term impact, but not too much yet longer term.
Can I pick up on the embargoes that you touched upon then? What would that mean then? Because it is on the table, so to speak.
Yeah, but you know, that's a much bigger issue, and that's the last time, as far as I know, there was a major embargo. It was about Iran.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
and I don't
we all
think,
know what happened there.
Yeah,
so.
we know what happened. So I don't think we're at this stage yet. It's the economies of Russia and Western Europe, to say, are so much interlinked. Okay, if you talk about Germany, it's obvious, you know, with the North Stream, you know, pipelines directly, you know, fueling, avoiding Ukraine and Poland, and directly sending the gas, oil and gas, there to Germany. UK is also important. London is an important place not only for wealthy Russians who have eventually decided to become non-resident, domiciled in London, but also making investments. The London Stock Exchange, there is also large Russian and, I would say, CIS companies which are listed there. So, you know, it's I don't think it's in the interest of anybody to go to that level, and that would be very, very harsh sanctions. I mean, to that, when Iran got the embargo, or was embargoed, it was for much more serious reasons than what's happening today, so to say.
Okay, let's talk about the Ukrainian economy then and what is happening there. What is the best case scenario at the moment? Because I know they've been offered, I think it's 15 billion from the EU, 1 billion from the US, 2 to 3 billion from Gazprom in discounts. How much are they going to need? Because they're saying 35.
Correct.
They're saying that the IMF, they're going to accept anything at any cost. They really are. Is that desperation?
It sounds like desperation because there are short-term needs of financing which are going to be needed this year, about 15 billion, and next year as well. So it's not only by the way, only about the external debt, you know, to foreign countries. There is also internal debt which has to be considered. So of course they are very, they are like struggle. You know, that we have to find a solution right now. But probably, you know, if a few months ago, the EU had decided to be maybe more open-minded or more flexible, or find a partnership with Russia that together they would decide, you know, to help this country or sustain. That wouldn't be in such situations today.
So you think it could have been avoided?
Most probably.
Okay,
I think, you know, Ukraine is between Europe and Russia, geographically, culturally, and in a number of other regards. We believe that if any solution is found, it has to be found jointly, so to say, just for common sense, for historical reasons, and for financial reasons as well. So there is no way, or it wouldn't make any sense, let's say this way, that Russia should be kept on the side, and on the other hand, that Europe, which has other issues, let's not forget that the Greek crisis cost Europe about more than 300 billion euros. It's not peanuts. So, you know, France, UK, and the other countries, Italy, Spain, have their own issues to solve. Things are getting better. The president of the European Central Bank confirmed it, that things are a bit improving, and that's good news for Europe. However, Europe could Europe sustain Ukraine today alone? Well, you never know, of course, but that's probably unlikely, especially nowadays.
Thank you very much indeed for your time today.
Pleasure.